Okay, I know you can barely see me here, but I thought I'd just mention a place I used to work for, and I found they just put a little thing up a few months back on YouTube, and yeah, it sort of shows a video of the place. They did have an older website years back, and I had 3 videos from that, which whoever had made the website, they wouldn't even display properly, but I found them all anyway. And in those older videos, they showed a lot of the automation of the planting machines and all that. But a week or two ago, I had some entity try and tell me they may know a bit more about the chances of germination of seedlings after the seeds have been heat treated. And yeah, I gave them a bit of a earful because of my time at Boomaroo Nurseries, and I knew the growers personally and stuff like that. These are the sort of people that disappear to the National Lettuce Industry Conference for a week and then come back with a bunch of fridge stickers they stick on the fridge which say, National Lettuce Industry Conference. And you're like, alrighty then. But yeah, the video they got now, I don't think it's as good as the old ones because it shows most of the outside area, but not all the automation. This joint was automated like you got no idea. I mean, it was bordering on robotics. It almost actually was pretty stupid robotics involved in some of this equipment. They do show a little bit of that, but it would have been nice to see the actual thing that used the vacuum pump and the air compressor to literally suck seeds out of a tray and then place them perfectly in the exact right spots in these propagation trays, and all the gear involved in that. Man, oh man, there was some automation like you wouldn't believe it. And yeah, so have a look at their video, which I've put in the description, and also have a look at their website. And I think they had 70 acres under glass, let alone the other plastic hothouses. Oh no, hang on, it's not that. I think it was 70 acres all up actually. But God blimey, the size of this place, you had to be there to believe it. I mean, it was like a quarter mile you could just run through glass houses alone, and then it was like even, longer out backwards, and then there was all this other stuff outside, and that was just one area, and they had like the other site, which was sort of, you have to drive across a bit, another 100 metres or something to get to the other site, which was another big bunch of stuff they had. It's used a less automated system, which apparently wasn't very profitable comparative to the newer site, which they show just that on the video. But yeah, I learned a couple of things about growing plants and whatnot while I was there. I sort of took a bit of an interest in some of it, and then I could actually grow lettuce without an issue myself. I actually learned how to grow things properly, and yeah, sort of got a bit of a green thumb from my experiences there. But yeah, have a look at it and you'll see the sort of, to see the video isn't one thing, but when you start reading, and if they ever show any overhead photos or, give figures of the acreages and that, you get an idea. 300 million seedlings a year. 300 million? I mean, she's a pretty big show down there. Run by the Giacometti brothers, Dutch boys who used to be broccoli farmers about 40-something mile up the road. And yeah, it's gone crazy to the point that they're actually got stuff in Queensland, and they're actually opening a site up in Queensland. The story behind that was there was another place doing a similar thing to what they do at Boomaroo in Queensland. They were going a bit heavy-handed with the pesticide and not really trying to stop it from leaching into the ground, not like sort of trying to put it in a pool and filter it out, or and they let it get on the ground and it went into the groundwater, and the EPA turned up, tested it, determined it was definitely coming from them, and basically chopped their head off with an axe. So while that business was really in turmoil, their customers needed somebody to grow seedlings for them, and Boomaroo stepped into the void and had to drive it basically from the bottom of the country to the top of the country. And they've still got those customers and have now started a small site in Queensland. So, yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd whack that up because I think it's of interest to some people, and I should probably explain some of the equipment in more detail that they had there in another video or something.